What's going on, folks? As most you can tell, we are no longer in summertime, which is when I spent most of my time building this shed. And I'm just now starting to get to the point where I can actually do all the editing or finish up all the editing for this build. On this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what we did for us to get this beautiful color on this shed back here and all the painting work that we did. It's going to be a little bit of a short video, but I just want to show you like everything that we did and how it looks. One of the things that I want to point out is that this is the color that we chose for a very specific reason, and that's because we want to paint our house this exact same color. And as you guys know, that this house is yellow, which is the color we inherited when we bought this house back in April. And we don't hate the yellow, but we definitely wanted something that popped a little bit more with the white trim. And that's why we have decided to go with this color. But we wanted to put it on the shed first because it was a great opportunity for us to see what it would look like with the white trim. And it was also a really good opportunity for us to see how it looked just in general, especially because it's a little bit darker back here than most houses that we've been in because of all the trees and all the shade. But because it's winter, you can see how beautiful it looks in the snow and in the contrast to all that snow. So that's basically the reason why we chose it. So anyway, let's get to this video. I'll walk you guys through what we did to do some of the prep work and all the paint work that we did. It took us a little over 2 days to get everything done. It wasn't too hard of a process. It's not a very big shed. It's only a 9x10. It took us a couple of days to get through it between the cleaning and the trim work and all the cutting in. We did it all by hand, but as you can see, it came out really nicely. So I'll come back at the end of the video and we'll talk a little bit about everything that we did. So the first thing we did to get started was we went ahead and pressure washed the shed. By the time we got around to painting the shed after we had finished doing the actual build, it had rained quite a bit and we had a lot of dust and a lot of dirt, and so I want to make sure everything was really clean and we were able to get the paint on there with no problem. It was a pretty hot day and you can see how quickly it dried off. My wife was really instrumental in helping me get everything painted on this shed. She is very meticulous. She's great at doing any kind of a paint job. She does most of the painting in our house, and she's just very meticulous, and she had no problem going in there and making sure that everything was nice and tight and that we weren't getting a bunch of spillover onto the white, and we didn't have to do a bunch of masking with tape to make sure everything was clean. Now, the way I paint is very different, and as you can tell, I went through and I made sure that I did the masking on the stuff that I was going to be painting because I am not as meticulous, and also because there is a lip on that trim on both the front and the back, and I have to get behind there, and there was no way for me to make sure that I painted that and not got it on the trim without masking it off. So that's part of the reason why I did that. Now, from this point, you can actually start seeing the difference in methodology in the way that I paint and the way that my wife paints. She's very meticulous, she's very careful. Me, I am more of a Neanderthal with a paintbrush, and I just want to get this thing done. I am not a finish worker. I love building things, but I don't necessarily like doing the finish work when it comes to stuff like painting and varnishing and those types of things, but it is a necessary evil that has to be done in order for us to finish it. At this point, we start getting into a pretty good rhythm, and we just started getting through everything. We finished up this first part, was in the front on the first day, and you can really start seeing how things are looking. On the second day, we were able to get to both the sides and the back, and these went a little bit faster because it wasn't as much cutting because we didn't have the window and the door. We just had the window on this one side and nothing on the back and on the other side, so we could really start cruising along and getting things done. My oldest daughter actually came out and helped us for a few minutes, got bored and left. But that's pretty much it, and this is when you can really see how meticulous everything looks and how beautiful it contrasts with the white. And it didn't take us very long and we were pretty much done. Well, folks, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can tell, it didn't take us very long to do. It only took us a couple days between all the cleaning and the trimming and all the painting. It probably would have taken us a lot less time if we had a sprayer, which we actually considered buying. And it would have been a good investment if I was able to use that on bigger projects, which one of the projects that we were considering doing was actually painting our own house. As I said, we chose this color for a specific reason, which is that we were going to paint our house this color, and I was actually considering doing it myself. But since I had knee surgery just a couple months ago, I didn't think it was a good idea for me to be climbing up and down stairs. And I'm pretty sure that my doc would have frowned upon that idea, so we nixed that. And for that reason, we decided that we were not going to get a sprayer and that we would just let the professionals handle the main house. But since this is such a small shed, the paintbrush and the cutting really didn't take that long, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys stick around for the final video, which is going to be to build that ramp right back there. Not going to be a long video also, but I want to show you what I did. It's a very sturdy little ramp, and it has to be, because as you guys know, I have a very large reel mower which weighs several hundred pounds. It's not something that can be done on a small or flimsy ramp. So we decided to go a little bit sturdier on it and do some extra work, but it wasn't hard by any stretch of the imagination, but I wanted to go through that. So that's coming up on the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one.